love that song. So Cardi B is having a baby with Stefon Diggs. Yeah, I do know a little bit about football, being that my daughter's father was a football player. You know, he played for 3 teams. His first team was Chicago Bears. I'm not going to say his name, and I will never say his name because I know how social media, you guys are going to go start Googling and smuggling and other stuff. No. So I know a little bit about NFL, football, and the drama and the stories and the women and everything. Yes. I dated an NFL player for 2.5 years before we had our daughter, you know, and he played for Chicago Bears, Cincinnati Bengals, and his last team was Green Bay Packers. And then after that, he retired, and may his soul rest in peace. You know, sad. But yeah, so Cardi B confirmed it recently, a few days ago, that yes, she's in a relationship with Stefon Diggs, and yes, they're having a baby. The baby rumor was already swirling all over everywhere. Anyways, like when you saw her, we all knew. I remember seeing one of her videos like 2 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, she's definitely pregnant. I'm like, oh my God, I hope it's not by Stefon Diggs. I don't know Stefon Diggs. I don't know much about him, but just for the fact that she has 3 little kids, and she just had a baby. I think her baby just turned 1 this month. Was it this month? Yeah. Her baby just turned 1 or something like that. So now she's having a baby. So, and she looks like, she said her tour is in February and she'll be due before her tour. So she was pregnant before her baby turned 1, right? Can we say that? Do you guys know what I'm saying? It's just too soon. Like with women, I always say, I only have one child. She just turned 16. Happy birthday to my sweet 16 baby. You know, she turned 16 on Tuesday, September 16. So 16. I always say, like, we women, we have control over our body, right? I know sometimes when I say it, some women agree with me and some don't. But I have control. It's the reason why I have 1 kid and she just turned 16. If I wanted to have more kids, right, I would have. But I have control over my body. If I said I'm not going to be pregnant, I'm not going to be pregnant. No matter how much the person I'm in a relationship with tries. No, that's why I have 1 kid. So I always say we women, we get to decide if we're going to have babies and get pregnant or not. So I think now that Cardi B is confirming it, we can firmly and not even allegedly say, yes, she's pregnant. Is it too soon? What do you guys think? I think it's her body, her choice. But for me, for the fact that then she's not even divorced yet. Let's not forget that. You know what I'm saying? She's not divorced yet. You know? And she has 3 little kids by Offset. So I know they said she probably just went on. And I think she even admitted it, like, yes, she did have sex relationship while she was pregnant with Stefon Diggs. I think there was some video like she was fighting with Offset. And Offset was accusing her at some point. I think she admitted it. Please leave a comment if you remember her admitting it, like her saying, yes, I did, blah, blah, blah. If you don't make me happy, if I'm not this or whatever. I think, you know, one of those are raving and ranting videos. I think she did admit it, like, yes, she did have a relation. I don't want to keep saying sex. But I think at one time she admitted it, like, yeah, she did have relations with adults. So you guys understand what I mean when I keep talking about relations. She did have relations while she was pregnant with Offset's baby. That's their 3rd baby that she had that just turned 1. That yes, she did have a relation with Stefon Diggs while she was pregnant. And for me, that's wrong too. Even if your husband, they're still husband and wife, and they were still husband and wife. They were going through it. Offset was misbehaving. Whatever was going on in her and Offset's relationship, that's another man's baby. You married to that guy. You're not divorced yet. You haven't even said you guys were separated. You know, and you're sleeping. Because I'm not going to put it on Stefon Diggs. Men will do what men do. You know what I'm saying? So for you sleeping with, like, Stefon Diggs while you're pregnant with your husband's 3rd child, sorry, I'm not judging, but I wouldn't do that. A lot of women, I'm sure, would not do that. So it was just, for me, it's too early that she's pregnant. And I'm sorry to say, but we know her and Stefon's relationship is not going to work out. It might be fun. I think she should enjoy it while it lasts and why she's having fun right now. I think what she should have done is take care of herself, make sure she did everything, have fun with Stefon Diggs, because at some point she made up her mind that she wasn't going back to Offset, and she was going to make sure she did whatever she was going to do, because we know she loved Offset. So when you love someone and you care about someone and you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with somebody, and the person keeps misbehaving, embarrassing you in the public eye, I think what you do is that you start looking for a way to make sure when you leave this time, you don't come back. So could it be that she just got pregnant and said, this is the only way I will make sure I never go back to Offset? There are other ways you can do it. You were already with Stefon Diggs. There was rumors swirling before you confirmed it since last year, that you were messing with Stefon Diggs, that you guys were together, that they were together. So those things you could have done and continue to do it without having a baby or about to have a baby, like getting pregnant. And, you know, I did a little like smuggling research here and there about Stefon Diggs. It looks like he has different babies by different women. And now, the reason why I'm talking about this is, so I just saw it on, where did I find this? The Shade Room. That there's a woman that filed in court that is taking Stefon Diggs to court for paternity test and child support. And she had her baby 5 months ago. She had her baby in April. So April, May, June, July, August, September. This woman, she had her baby 5 months ago. And they said there are other baby mamas, right, with Stefon Diggs. Cardi B, is that what you really want to deal with? You dealt with those things with Offset, and now you want to put yourself in that situation again. If I have the kind of money Cardi B has, you would not, like, no, I would take my time. Why are you in a hurry? As a female, you have 3 kids. That's 1 kid that I have is more than enough. Like, she keeps me on my toes. She keeps me busy right from when she was little. So the last thing that you want to think about when you have 3 little kids is men. When you're going through divorce, and mind you, as we're talking right now, their divorce is not even final yet. And she's already pregnant by another guy. And this guy, I'm sorry to say, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, it's not going to work. Let's be realistic. Let's be truthful about it. Before I continue, have you guys subscribed to my channel? Do you like what you hear? Do you like seeing my face? And if whatever, just subscribe to my channel so you can always you'll be the first to get notification when I upload videos. And please comment whatever you have to say, your opinion, right? We're all entitled to our opinion. I respect everybody's opinion. And when you comment, please, let's be respectful about it. Say it how you want, but don't be disrespectful about your opinions or comments. And like and share these videos, okay? All right, let's continue. So I'm not going to judge Cardi B. I'm just saying it how I see it, how I feel, and as a woman, how I would have gone about it, you know? So, and she also has, she has 2 girls now, right? Like, when you have, especially daughters, as a mom, you have to lead by example for your daughters. So I would expect Cardi B to lead by example, like, for her daughters, you know? So, I don't know. You know, babies are blessings, huge blessings. Will not take it away. You know, I said I was never going to have kids, and I had my daughter, and then now I always say I can't even remember a word before my daughter. Like, she's the best thing that ever happened in my life, and I'm so glad I have her. But it's too soon for Cardi B to be having a baby by Stefon Diggs. And I read some of the comments in the Shade Room, and people were like, oh my God, no, too soon. She should have had fun with Stefon Diggs. That's what I said when I first found out. I said, man, girl, have fun, but be careful. And then now she's pregnant and she's saying my boyfriend. No, Stefon Diggs don't want no girlfriend. I don't know him, but that man don't want an NFL player. And the NFL season started already. Good luck, Cardi. But let me read this. It says, the Shade Room says, oop, NFL star Stefon Diggs is caught up in some paternity drama. It says, according to court docs obtained by people, and then they said at people, model Eileen Lopera, who goes by Lord Giselle, claims the New England Patriot wide receiver welcomed the baby girl with her this past April. Giselle originally filed papers back in December 2024. She was still pregnant then. Why do people file paternity and child support and all those stuff when they're pregnant? Like, are you so? I always be like, are you in a hurry to get that child support, or like, I'm gonna prove it? Or maybe Stefon was like, that ain't my baby. That's not my baby. That's not my baby. And she's like, okay, I'm just gonna hire a lawyer, get this thing done. Once this baby come, we get this whole thing done and over with. And yes, I know. Listen, when man says, I want paternity, I want this thing, and the women stand 10 toes down like that, I know who my child's father is. Please believe it. Women, we know who our child's fathers are. When you're pregnant, most times, even if we had multiple relations with multiple men, and we get pregnant, you know who your child's father is when that baby comes. You know who the child's father was. Now, there are some situations you had multiple relations, right? Almost at the same time. Yeah, I think for that, women, it's hard for you to be able to figure out who your child father is. You really need that DNA. But anyway, let's keep going. It said Giselle originally filed papers back in December 2024 while pregnant, requesting full legal and physical custody of the baby, while giving Dix visitation rights. However, Dix isn't convinced he's the father. In his response, he denied paternity and asked for genetic testing. I think genetic testing, that's DNA, right? He also noted that if the child is proven to be his, he wants joint custody. How? Do you guys live in the same state? Like, what state is Stefon playing football right now? Well, they always ask that, but the court always end up giving it to the mom because he's a football player, he's an athlete, professional athlete. They don't have time to take care of brand new babies. Even like older kids, football is always, even with Cardi B right now, just so you know, as someone who dated an athlete and an NFL player, a former NFL player for almost 3 years, their first love when they in that game, when they're playing in that profession, is that sport. So Cardi B is not his first love right now, his second love, third love. She's probably fourth, fifth. That's if he loves her at all right now, you know. So let's keep going. He says he wants joint custody. He's not going to get joint custody, I'm sorry. And for both parties to split expenses related to the pregnancy, birth, and attorney's fee. They're not going to do that either. They're going to make sure I can almost guarantee, like the court is going to tell him to pay all those fees. Not them splitting it. So what do you guys think? I just feel like with a 5-month-old, and I'm sorry, you know, this news has been swirling before Cardi B. I'm sorry that I would say allegedly. I can be sure allegedly that Cardi B knew that there was a baby or that someone just had a baby. So why would you want to get pregnant? I can bet you, and I can say allegedly, but I can almost guarantee that Cardi B knew when this woman was pregnant before she had the baby in April this year. So she was pregnant last year, and Cardi B was already. She had her baby last year, September, and she was already messing with Offset, allegedly. Because I think she even admitted it while she was pregnant. So she already knew that this baby was coming, that he was having a baby this year. And then it's all over social media that he has other babies, like new babies. So Cardi B, come on now. Your money is too long for this kind of thing. So I'll leave it here. What do you guys think? Leave your comments, and I'll be happy to read your comments, your opinions. Her body, her choice, but sometimes we have to make some choice that is not going to be detrimental in the future. She might be having fun now, but we know this drama is coming. Just like her and Offset drama later on, she will talk in the beginning, I love him, I love his big, you know what, I do this, and then later on it became drama. And we know, and Cardi B, when you and Stefon's Diggs drama start, please don't bring it to social media. You guys you're going to have a kid together. Even with her and Offset drama, when you have children together, you have to keep everything behind closed doors. Because when these kids grow up, you don't want them reading it on social media. You will never find anything about me and my daughters. Oh, we fought. Oh, we argued. Most of the time. We get along and then we argue. We get along, you know. But you will never find none of those things. Yes, it was a huge football player. If you watch football right from college, you know who he is if I say his name, but I'm never going to say his name. You know, I could have easily wanted my 15 minutes of fame, right, and be taking everything to social media. No. The first thing that always came to my mind whenever I and my daughter's father were arguing was my daughter. I didn't want, even when we went to court for all those things, you know, child support and everything else, I told my lawyers, I don't want these things to be on social media. I don't want no news. I don't want nothing. Because it could have happened in Chicago then. Because it was huge. You know, it was a huge NFL player. It could have happened then. I told my lawyer, I said, I don't want the news media to, guys need to keep this under wrap. Nobody needs to do this. When you guys are filing and doing all these things, I want it to be on the wraps. Because I'm protecting my child. I never want my child to grow up and Google these things and start saying, oh, you and my daddy did this, or you. No. If I want to tell her, I want to tell her in a way. Like her dad has passed now, may his soul rest in peace. I like to tell her the good stuff about her dad. Whatever I went through with her dad, that's none of my child's business. And she does not need to read that on social media. You know, so I would say if you're a parent, no matter what you guys are going through, keep those things behind closed doors. Deal with each other however way you want to deal with each other. Just don't, you know, unalive each other. But keep it off social media. So what do you guys think? Please subscribe, and you guys, bye.